Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the Wiley Drake Show. We do two shows, as most of you know, every day. One at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and one at this hour, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the 20th day of this month, on March 20th, we will be doing a prayer meeting in Israel at the Wailing Wall. That will be at 12 noon, actually at 12:18 p.m., 12:18 after the lunch hour is when the solar eclipse is going to be taking place. And we'll be there at the Wailing Wall praying with you and for you and praying for Israel as well. That'll be 6 a.m. in our nation's capital. So I would encourage you to put that on your calendar and pray with us and pray for us. We've got a lot of things coming up in the days ahead. First of all, we just had a conference here at the First Southern Baptist Church and Messianic Fellowship dealing with the subject of an American resurrection. And I've often said, if you don't have a dead body, you don't need a resurrection. I believe America as we know it is dead. I believe the church as we know it in America is basically dead. And we need resurrection. And we met on that on a couple of days ago, and we're going to be meeting on that again. But in the meantime, we're going to go on here with the show. And it was my privilege to be very concerned over what was going on in our country some time back, and that had to do with two particular people, Thunder Thighs Hillary and the Mac Daddy, commonly referred to as Barack Hussein Obama. Well, all of you know what was going on there, and all of you know about Benghazi. You see, Mrs. Clinton and Mr. Obama said that the reason Benghazi happened was not their fault. It was the fault of a mass uprising that took place because of one human being. One human being produced and put out a movie entitled Innocence of Muslims. And it was tongue-in-cheek because the last thing it did was deal with innocence. It dealt with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help him God. As a result of making that movie, though, Mrs. Clinton and Mr. Obama said it was all his fault. Our government went along with that, and they ended up putting him in jail. We're going to talk about that today. And ladies and gentlemen, after he had been in jail for quite some time, the government became very embarrassed and decided to try to make things somewhat right, do something right. And so they let him out of jail. But they put him on probation, and they probated him here over a year ago, here at the First Southern Baptist Church and Messianic Fellowship. And I've grown to know this man and love this man now for over a year, and I refer to him not by his Coptic Egyptian name, but by my American name. I call him Mr. Benghazi. Mr. Benghazi is on the set with us. Tell us what your real name is.
Yeah. My name is Mark Youssef, a.k.a. Nakoula Basili Nakoula.
Okay, now, when you say a.k.a., of course, everybody knows, that means also known as Nakoula Basili Nakoula. Mr. Nakoula, tell us a little bit about how far back does the idea of this movie go?
This movie is going probably after September 11, and what's happened in the United States. It makes me scary about our future generations, And what happened for the Christian in Egypt could be happened here in the United States. It makes me try to think about it. A lot of people talk about terrorism, but my belief is the movie business or something like that, it makes it easier to deliver the message to most of the people.
Amen. Now, you mentioned that you were motivated by what had happened in Egypt.
Absolutely.
What happened in Egypt?
Just for example, not actually what's happened exactly, like in Zawiya Hamra, in Egypt, in Cairo, almost 11 Christians get killed, and the government knows all the stories, everything. They under their control, actually. They are behind, the government behind the terrorism. In Armenia church, 17 youth, inside the church, somebody came inside it and he killed 17 youth. The only thing they was doing is pray, that's all. In El-Kush, this is in Upper Egypt also, 24 get killed and 50 injured with no reason. The only reason they are Christian. Mr. Hani Sarufim, he get killed in the army. All of that. Plus. I will tell in time, please.
All right. Now, we know and we as Americans hear about those kind of terrible things happening, and we thought they would never happen to America. And, of course, as you said, you saw 9/11. Where were you on 9/11?
I was here in Los Angeles area.
Here in the Los Angeles area. And where do you live now? Do you live here in the country?
Yeah, I live here in the United States in the church.
Ladies and gentlemen, his address. If you would like to mail him a letter.
Yeah.
His address is 6801 Western Avenue in the city of Buena Park. That also happens to be my address. That's the church address. It also happens to be the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C.'s West Coast headquarters. And Mr. Nakoula felt motivated to try to tell the world, not just the Middle East or America, but felt motivated. And if I say something that's wrong, you just stop me. But I believe he felt motivated to produce a movie that would tell the truth. Is that a fair assumption of what motivated you?
Absolutely. It's because I read Arabic and English. I heard from the people they are confused, and like we heard lately from some people, they said it's completely separate between Islam and the terrorism. No, it is not. I read more than 3,000 Islamic books, all of them supporting terrorism. All these books give a permission to al-Baghdadi, to ISIS, to do what they are doing. This is the truth, the whole truth, the only truth.
Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, he produced this movie. And this movie is very graphic, and it is very real, but it is the whole truth. Tell us some of the truth that is in that movie about terrorism and so forth.
This is belonging to the books. After I read these books, it gives permission to everybody, non-Muslim, he is infidel. His money, his women, his children, his land belong to the Muslim people. Who is the Muslims? Not the regular Muslim person, but to the terrorism, to ISIS.
Well, making this movie got you in a lot of trouble.
Absolutely.
What basically transpired? When did you find out, and what happened? Sort of take us back a ways, over a year ago, You were contacted, I would assume, by government officials.
Absolutely.
What government officials were you contacted by?
Actually, I cannot remember right now, but from a lot of people from the government official. But I remember in that day, I believed myself I am a killer. I caused American killed outside the United States. Personally, I believe that. That's why I didn't talk with the media. It gives another chance to other people. They don't know nothing about the movie. Even until now, nobody saw the movie. Nobody watches the movie. But a lot of people talking about the movie without seeing the movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is, again, as you know, we're media. We do television shows every day. We do 2 a day, 5 days a week, and other shows. And we try to tell the whole truth. I have seen the film, and it is the truth. I know a little bit about the religion that causes terrorism. I know that they worship a false god, Allah. I also know that they worship a prophet by the name of Muhammad. Tell us a little bit about what the movie tells us. And as we said, folks, it's all true. But tell us a little bit about what the movie tells us about the prophet Muhammad.
Actually, just from the books, from the Islamic books, I'm asking anyone, any simple person in the street, if somebody tried to kill himself as a suicide, not 1 time, not 2 times, for 3 times he trying to kill himself, what you call him? From the Islamic books, nobody doubt this person tried to kill himself 3 times. From the Islamic books.
Now the person you're referring to is who?
Yeah, is Muhammad.
Muhammad, yes.
Yeah, this is what you call him prophet. If any prophet can try to kill himself, it's logical for just a regular person. Okay, you have 2 choices. This is for the people understand Islam or believe in Islam. Maybe these books are wrong. Okay, that's fine. Or is no prophet. Either one, either way, you have to choose either way. Okay, this is one thing. And what is the reason why he tried to kill himself? Because he did not receive something from God. He didn't receive Quran. He tried to kill himself. Why he did not receive something from God or from Gabriel? Because somebody, his name is Waraka bin Nawfal, dead. After Waraka dead, Muhammad didn't receive anything from Allah. He trying to kill himself. This is in the books. What is the relationship between Waraka death and no Quran? And finally he tried to kill himself. This is in the books. I can show you the book. This is by the page. This is one thing in the movie. The second thing, this is just simple questions. If somebody 53 years old, 53 years old, and he did sex with a girl 9 years old, what you call him? What you call him? Simple. Muhammad, he did a sex with Aisha from the books. She was starting 9 years old.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is not Nakoula saying this. This is his reporting, if you will.
Absolutely.
From the books that he read.
Yeah, you can.
Their books, and you can find the same books. You can research with today with Google and everything. You can research and find out those books that talks about the life of the so-called prophet Muhammad. And you will find very clearly, as Nakoula did, that he attempted suicide 3 times because God didn't answer him. And he committed sexual acts with a 9-year-old girl. Ladies and gentlemen, in this country, we call that person a pedophile. We call that pedophilia, and it's against the law. And yet, he did that. Tell us a little bit more about what you learned about the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay. In the Quran, he gave a permission. For example, it's just something incredible. Okay, if someone married and he has his wife and his children, and he has fiancé, he has a girlfriend, he didn't marry her in writing, she's just only a girlfriend, and she get a girl from him, and the girl grow up, he can marry her. She is his daughter biology his daughter. The Quran give him permission, he can marry her.
So if a man has sex with a woman and they have a child, biologically, as you said, that child is their daughter. Whether it's legal or not, that is their daughter biologically. Their genes are in that daughter. And you're saying that the Quran teaches that if that man decides later, after this child grows up to a little girl or a teenager, he can marry her and make her his wife. Now she's not his daughter, she's his wife. Is that right?
That's right. That's right. This is, if somebody say no, I can prove that to him. He can read. You know, this is in the Quran and in Tafsir.
And ladies and gentlemen, they want us to believe that it's a religion of peace, that it's a religion of family, that it's a religion of good. You're hearing here the Prophet himself talking about, and the people talking about him committing suicide 3 times, attempting it 3 times, having sex with little girls, and writing in the Quran that it's okay for a man to marry his own daughter. That, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely terrible. And that's the truth that is in Nakoula, Basila Nakoula. That's what the truth is in his movie. What else is in the movie? What else do we learn from the movie?
Okay, it's like, for example, when he make a commitment with the Jewish people, nobody can fight each other. They are in peace together. And when he discovered they have a treasure, gold treasure, he went and he killed them, fight with them, and he killed them, and he took the wife of the prince, or you know, Safiya. She was wife, just she gets married. She was, you know, bride, and he took her and he gave her as a gift for one of his people for 3 days. After that, he took it from her and he let her and he married her. Her name is Safiya bint Huyay.
So if I understand what you're saying, he took this girl and gave it to a friend for 3 or 4 days.
Yes.
To have sex with, do whatever he wanted to.
Yeah, his name is Dahya al-Kalbi.
And then the girl was given back to him.
Yes.
And she became his wife.
Yes. After he killed her husband front of her. He killed Kinana ibn Rabi' front of his bride. And this lady, she had a sex with her groom and with Dahya al-Kalbi, Muhammad's friend, after Muhammad's permission, and with Muhammad probably in 1 week. And she is a Jew, and now she is a mother of the believers. He make her brother of the believers.
Well, what else do we learn from innocence of Muslims? Further, obviously, further from the truth, there is no innocence, it's all guilt. But what else do we learn from that movie?
It's a lot of things, like he gave a permission, you can make a whorehouse. If you pay the money to him, you can make a whorehouse. You can use your daughters, your sisters, your women. You can use them in your whorehouse. It's everything, like I said from the beginning. Everyone non-Muslim, he is infidel, and his wives, his women, his children, his people, his land belong to ISIS. Yeah, this is coming in my mind right now.
And that is in the movie. That's what you learn from that, folks.
Yeah.
And the implication is that the reason Benghazi occurred was because the people were so mad that the truth was being told by you. And the truth was being told. But what did that have to do with Benghazi?
I don't know really. It's just it makes me believe I'm a killer. I cause the American kill outside the United States.
Yeah.
This is what it makes me believe that. And actually, personally, I never take anything personally between any person inside the United States or outside the United States. I'm just saying the truth, and you have two choices, not third. This box, supposed to burning it, throw it away, put it in the trash, or no Islam, no religion. Because if you take the Islam from this box, it was wrong. And anyone else, you're supposed to read this books by Arabic. This is better. You have to learn Arabic and read this books by Arabic. Or you have an interpreter, a right interpreter for this books. Yeah. And the bottom line, we don't blame ISIS. No, why we blame them? If they have a permission, religion permission, from their God, why we blame them? When they killed 21 Christians in Libya, under or after get a permission from their folks, we don't have to blame them. No, we have to go to the root. This is root of terrorism.
And so, if I understand what you're saying, when they kill 20 people, 30 people, behead them, and so forth, they're not doing it because they're rebelling. They're doing it because their books and their prophet and their religion tells them not only they can do it, but they have to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely have to do it.
Absolutely.
What a tragedy. What else do we find in the movie?
We have here in the United States, we have to learn, because here I notice the people, just they don't understand, or they are not educated enough about the other people, other cultures. They have to be educated. They have to be read. They have to know what's different. Why the ISIS came from where ISIS came from. And we believe, you can believe whatever you believe. You can believe in Islam, Christianity, Jew, whatever it is. It's your opinion. But don't use this culture or this religion to kill the people. And I see the only religion push you and order you to kill the other people is Islam. Okay. Yes, I know Hitler killed 6 million Jews. That's right. But he never said the Bible told me to do that. This is something politically, and that's it. Something political. He never said, I did read in the Bible you have to kill Jesus said, kill the Jews. No, he never said that. Yeah. Yes, he killed 6 million Jews. That's right. I know that very, very well, but he never said that. But
he did it because of the Third Reich, and he did it because of his Hitlerian philosophy.
Yeah, it's political. This is what he believed, you know, but not religion. But for Islam, it's something different, because I am a religious, I am a Muslim, I have to kill the infidel. This is what the Islam said. This is what their books said. Actually, these books, the student study it in the university, in the Islamic university, in the Islamic countries, from 8th grade, from 7th grade until master and PhD. From 7th grade, they teach the student in 7th grade the non-Muslim is infidel. You have to kill him. His wife is for you, and his land for you, from 7th grade. This is a problem.
Well, not too long ago, we were at a school just east of here, a public school, a government school, and a great number of the people there were Coptic people. And they were concerned because these 5th, 6th, and 7th graders were being encouraged to bring their Muslim prayer mats to school, to pray to Allah there in the public school, and to learn these things that you're talking about that they learn from the books. What else can we find? What else is in the movie, The Innocence of Muslims?
Just some examples about what's happening in some villages, how they kill the people, why they kill the people, and the main line is the government, the Islamic government supporting the terrorism over there. This is the main problem. Until now, you know, you cannot build a church without the president's permission. The president of Egypt. Not only built a church, no, you cannot fix the bathroom inside the church without the president's permission. Also, after the president's permission, if he give, could be the people over there, the Salafi, the Brotherhood, the Islamic Brotherhood, they said no. Even if the president said...
Even if the president said so.
Yeah, same thing like in Armenia right now. The president said, yeah, okay, this is a permission. The other people, they said, no, we don't need a church here. And the government said, okay, we don't need any problem. Please, Christian, quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Yeah. You can go to pray in your home or something, that's fine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a few minutes with Nakoula, Basila Nakoula. And I'm going to go off just for a moment, and we'll be right back.